What is up guys, Rerolls is here with a new video, and today we are on the account of Akame. And one thing before we start, I will never ask you for your account data, and if you think you are chatting with me, make sure you really are. In the past there have been a few people that tried to scam other people by saying, hey, I'm Wraec, please send me your account data for some video, and sometimes people do that. And that's quite sad if it happens. I can't change it in that case, so please make sure you're chatting with the right person and are not chatting with some scammer or something. You can find out, of course, by joining my Discord server. But what do we do on this account today? Well, today we are going to do something very special. We are going to build an SMFG, a hero I really love, a hero that I'm now reminded of that I have to spend a little bit more time with him because I wanted to do some fancy stuff. I will still love the animation of this wonderful skin in Flame Shrine, which we can't test sadly today because Akame apparently forgot to register. Is no problem. We have a Void Boss, so that's cool as well. But we want to make an S tier, and S tiers of this hero are very, very rare, so Akame, as a big fan of MFG, decided to go with the Soul Perfection route, a very cost-intensive route, and wanted me to show the process or the final result of this Soul Perfection. This is the copy we currently have, and I have to say, Akame wrote me sometimes and wanted to get my SMFG, and I didn't want to sell it, honestly. But yeah, that's quite a beauty. Look at that. We got the SS attack there, 8,945. I mean, chances are slim because, well, usually the game tries to get the stats more towards the lower stats than towards the highest one. But maybe if we Soul Perfect that, we can get it above 9,000. And well, I would certainly be happy to do that. If you have no idea, to get to S tier, you will first need to upgrade your A+ hero to max. Akame has already done that. Will look like this, and then the game will ask you for a ton more heroes. You can see it's 1A+, 2A, 3A-. We've done it a few times on my account. Akame has already prepared those heroes. We have wonderful A+ SFX copies. Actually, a really nice copy. I saw that already. We should have another A. Okay, found it. There's our other A, beautiful A tier Ferrocumessa. Akame is really going all in on G-Stat. I mean, is that the hero you should go in on? Probably not, but Akame is a fan, so why not? Why not? If you can afford it, and why not? And we are offering, sacrificing Jesus here as well. Sorry, mate. That's why he's gone. And there we go. So what will happen now? Well, basically we will get what is essentially one single upgrade. So a few stats, and those will be put, well, on these stats we already have, and we will get an additional awakening stat, and that will just be added to our current roll. And then we have actually a ton of hammers that we can use to reroll that. So I would say, without any further waiting, let's go. Let's see what we can do and what the stats will be after the reroll. So, Soul Perfect, confirm consuming materials for the Soul Perfection. That's always so expensive. I've done it a few times myself. And bam, there we go. 8,986. And we can see, yeah, the biggest amount went to the HP. We still got quite the fair upgrade here to the attack. From here on out, it is rather expensive if you want to proceed and upgrade more. So getting that 9,000 attack, difficult one. I would keep it at what it is. It's easier to put like a bit of soul power on there than to enhance this copy, but there we go. S tier, beautiful one. And I think those copies that just have the high attack and 2A+, those still look very, very beautiful. So let's see about the roll. Skill damage, holy damage, crit, giant killer. That's not bad. Like, that's a really good start. Skill damage, holy damage, crit, giant killer is like, the good thing about this is you already have 4 offensive stats. Skill damage is great, holy damage is great, crit, it depends a little bit. For him, yeah, for him it's also too much. It's 94% crit. Can we like take something off here? Does he have crit equipped here? Yeah, so like that's a bit too much. Probably go for prec there. So like 59, even 59 is too much. Like that's a hero that hits like 10 times or something with his ult at the end. And you only want like one thing to crit there, so you probably want rather low crit on this hero. Don't need any crit buffs. So there's still room for improvement there. So let's try to reroll this hero. Let's see. Okay. I've bought a few hammers. Akame already had 38 hammers there. I bought an additional 50, and but because we do a video on this account, I had to say thank you somehow. Sent the 1,500 starry gems to Akame's account so that we could buy those hammers and not use up any of Akame's contract starry there. So that's a little thing, I guess. And let's see. But first, a word from our sponsor, SonicTopup. SonicTopup offers you all the premium in-game currencies that you can need. If it's Dragon Crystals for AFK Journey or some other currency for another game they offer, you can just join their Discord server, create a ticket, and in the blink of an eye, you will have your currency at the best prices on the market and in the fastest manner possible. So join there today, join the Discord server, tell them Rerolls sent you, and they will give you an additional $5 gift on top. So what do we ideally want? Skill damage is great, Giant Killer is great, 2 great stats. Holy damage is on the table, is definitely possible. Crit we want to see go. Like if we got Giant Killer, Defire, Holy damage, skill damage, I would honestly be happy, would be fine. Hunter's Focus is an option. Though ideally, I don't really want to go above 50% crit on this hero, so Hunter Focus kinda off the table in this. Ship Crusher if you want to go PvP. And I mean, Akame was talking about maybe using G-Star in Star Expedition, trying that out. That would require probably Fear Immunity or Science Immunity, or would be nice to have for this. So that's an option. For PvP, Twine Immunity. In general, a GK Defier roll would be great. GK Defier skill damage, that would be something that I would see here. I think it's worth re-rolling for GK Defier, definitely, because I think it's a pretty big buff, especially in the first 30% of the boss HP. So yeah, let's roll for that. We got a Stun Immunity Faction Rule, Holy Armor Ship Crusher. Seems fancy. In general, I value most immunities pretty highly. Nearly all of them are good. I think the Seal of Light immunity is not that great at the moment. But we can go Stun, we can go Twine. All of those do have an inherent value. And I would value them higher than most other defensive modifiers. So in that sense, they are better. Reduce dot receive or something, that's of course, that's absolutely nothing. Crit damage, skill immune to shapeshifting is not bad anymore if you go PvP. Let's take a small look here at the crit damage, because I didn't do that yet. 148.5. Do we have a crit damage Stonian? No. So probably has the 2023 festival treasure for the crit damage. That's important. That's important. This treasure is so insane that you have to play a little bit different if you have it or if you don't have it, because then you have to like kind of compensate for not having it. Control immunity offset, a little bit worthless. Armor break on an assassin, not needed. Giant Killer, Ship Crusher, no. And that we have to go out again. Armor break, 131% already. So like, yeah, don't really need armor break on an assassin. Unless you don't have any star spawns. We got Giant Killer, I would go for that. Giant Killer Defier Holy damage, yeah. 3 good stats. I think that's a little bit better than the other one. Crit is honestly a bad roll. That's negative, I think. That's not good to have here. Unless, well, it could give us a little bit better balancing. Is a question. Skill damage would be nice, but I take holy damage. GK Defier Holy damage, 3 good stats, control precision, a little bit dead. We also have 80 rolls remaining, so that's another thing. Giant Killer Hunter's Focus Holy damage, worse in my opinion. Hunter's Focus and the requirement associated with it is a little bit difficult to fulfill on some heroes. A Twine Immunity, if it was like only PvP, I would probably take it. But considering Akame said that there is a PvE use and PvE is a focus, we have to go for the GK, no other option. GK is a must-have if you want to go PvE. Giant Killer. Oh, it's Ship Crusher. Okay, somehow my brain said, oh, it's Defier. No, it's Ship Crusher. Giant Killer, Ship Crusher, Hunter's Focus. Honestly, kind of a cool role for PvP, but no, we cancel it. We cancel it. Even though it seems fancy, we cancel it. Defier is definitely the supreme option. Even in most PvP fights, honestly. Even in most PvP fights, because it's a separate damage multiplier. It's actually worth more than the all damage that we get from Hunter's Focus on most accounts. Akame seems to have a few treasures up their sleeve, so that's another thing to notice there. Ship Crusher, Yeah, we're really looking only at the text roll. The percentages don't often matter. If you have Giant Killer Defier, you're really looking for Giant Killer Defier. And then we're looking for some fancy rolls, just because that's my amusement. If we reroll it and we get a quad immunity, then I find that very fancy, and that's funny. But you rarely see that. Then again, I saw a very nice roll quite recently. It was GK Defier, Fear Immunity, Twine Immunity, or something like that. Crazy. Crazy. Double immunity on top of GK Defier. Like, absolute madness. Absolute madness, I have to say. So, let's continue. Nothing yet. Giant Killer Hunter's Focus, Seal of Light Immunity. Nah, can't keep up. I mean, the Seal of Light Immunity is arguably better than the Control Precision. But no. No, I don't see it. No, I really don't. Hunter's Focus, just lower value. Honestly, I have the feeling we are going to roll 55 more times without gaining any upgrade to this roll, because that is just the normal way this goes. It's just the normal way this goes. I'm happy already that we now have like 50 hammers a week from the Stellar Mall. Stellar Mall? Starry Mall? Contract Starry Mall, I usually say. It's a little bit of an improvement. Still, especially if you are re-rolling like S tiers, and you want to have like your Twine immunity on top of some other good stats, it gets crazy. Because think about that. Look at how many rolls with Twine immunity we had. We had 1. And that had crappy extra stats. So if you get 1 Twine immunity roll per week, that's already something. I mean, crit damage is an upgrade. It is an upgrade. You don't really need the Control Precision, right? He's not really like the CC type hero. Probably has some CC somewhere. That's difficult. That's difficult. It's like such a small upgrade. Crit damage has the problem that it's almost useless. Because we can cap without it. And we can cap usually just by using 1 imprint, which is then a very valuable and good imprint. But if you are capped, if you can use the imprint for something else, it's great. But usually you can't, so then you end up with like 1 imprint that you still have to use for this, and this just overcaps you. So then it's not really good. But yeah, that's the problem here. So something we have to consider most definitely. I'm just checking whether or not he has some kind of CC that I forgot, because I really want to make sure there isn't like some CC where this scales into. At least not in the normal stuff that he does. In the DT, maybe as 1 upgrade, but that wouldn't matter too much. Yeah, at least I didn't find it. At least I didn't find it. So we take the crit damage, knowing that it's not the greatest stat, but still, it's a minor upgrade. We got 3 offensive stats there. I would say that is already quite good. Ideally, we would replace the crit damage for skill damage, and would be fine with that. Or I would probably say crit damage is worse than an immunity. A good immunity is better than that crit damage. Freeze Dazzle, kinda excluded from that, though I would like to see another Dazzle roll. Another Dazzle hero. Like, Dazzle is a pretty cool CC. It's one that I could probably, at one point, I will make like a video about Dazzle, I think. Dazzle and Taunt. Because those are kind of together in a way. And then we can talk about both, and I think that would be an interesting video. At least interesting to make for me. If you would like to watch it, that's a different story, but sometimes I make the videos just because I think the topic is fairly interesting, and sometimes people share my views, sometimes it's not the case. And both times it's alright for me. I can live with it either way. Giant Killer, ooh, didn't expect it. I didn't expect that. But that's an upgrade. That's actually an upgrade. Like, we swap out 2 stats. Okay. Surprising. It's also quite rare. It doesn't seem that way, but this is like pretty high quality rerolling at the moment, because it is so rare that you can upgrade a roll with like 3 good stats 3 times within a video. And at this point, I say Akami gets to keep the 29 hammers. And we keep this roll, because the likelihood that once we go further, that we improve this in any way, is very, very low. And if Akame is looking for a G-Star that will do well in PvE, that's the G-Star. That's the G-Star precision, a nice buff. We get there 117%. Look, we have a hole here in the precision basically. I wanted to go for 145, so it's a nice upgrade on top of that. 37.8 on the crit is actually alright. We can probably improve that a little bit more, but we also have to keep in mind in a lot of game modes, I don't know what's Akame's count here on the treasures. That's not bad, 6.7 mil. Transcendence here with the crit damage 33.8, not the maxed out one, but that's decent. Like that's already quite nice. And what do we have in terms of Assassin's attack? Armor break, the 30% that we have here. Then we have 6.8% crit. This will grow eventually. Eventually, this will be a bit more crit. And once we get to that point, isn't that the hero token treasure? Isn't that a hero token treasure? Or are we maxed there? No, we are not maxed in the hero token department. Which one is the crit one? That's control immunity to offset crit damage. By the way, there, this one. So we are 3-star here. We are very, very close to 4-star. And eventually this will go up to 15.3%. So we are now at 6.8, we'll go to 15.3. And with the extra 9%, we will be closer to 15. So we are thinking a little bit in the future. We have a little bit low crit now, but it's not too bad. Also, I mean, like, we have Assassin staff spawns here as well. The Assassin one is this one. There we have the Maim. And then we have one, of course, this one with armor break and crit damage. So here we also get an extra bit of armor break for the Assassin. And then we have the general armor break from this one. That looks like my account. Also with the green star there. Now I'm wondering, does he have crazy stuff here? This one is bugged, honestly. It's bugged. Can't tell me anything else. This one and then there's one more 4-stat one. Those 4-stat ones are bugged. Can't tell me anything else. Like they screwed up the formula here. They are way too rare to get to green star. But okay. Now that we have this guy set up, now that we have this guy S tier, put a beautiful roll on him. Let's put some attack on this guy. And then let's see what we can do. Oh, he went for the DGN here. Spectre, correct. Level 2 at the moment. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Upgrading Destiny Trail. Already capped. It's very good progress. Making sure the slots are full here. I like it. I like it very much. That's actually very good. Maybe we want to go for the G-Star next. Maybe you want to focus G-Star, then focus G-Star. So let's go for this Celestial Island. We're making a longer video here, but that's okay. We're taking our time. And I noticed recently you already... I made the longer video about the Black Friday event. And in the middle I had to say like, are they going to watch this? And I just wanted to keep talking. And yeah, it's just very confusing. Because right now, Windows is suggesting to me to upgrade to the next version. It's like a very bright white screen in the background of my LD player. So that's, we'll have to live with that. But we are going to survive. We are going to survive the brightness. Probably going to take out this guy. Who do we have as a tenant here? Let's take a little bit of a look. We have the Gaggy, we have the LDA. And the last slot we have the PDE, Residence Manual. How are we set up here? We have a Gaggy here we can steal. We have a PDE here we can steal. And this guy we don't really need at all at the moment. So let's swap that over. Let's see. Always working with the Residence Manual on this because you can just quickly swap your stuff around and you see where everything is. It's just like, okay, we wanted to work with the houses, but we made the better menu just in case you want to use it. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, T5. I don't even have that. Now we have a G-Star set up. This is nice. I was told I could move the DT mats. But I'll be honest, I don't feel too comfortable doing this at the moment. Block attack is a horrible roll. We go for the holy damage, skill damage. And then we need a little bit of an artifact. Usually I would go for like the Ific Harp here maybe. What do we have? Ooh, Fan of Love and Despair. Interesting choice. I don't have that one. I really don't have that one. That's fancy. Okay, cool. Let's see what's on his heroes. I don't know which artifacts Akame has. There is not a whole lot. There we have a little bit of an Endless Cane. Do we have something bursty? Quickly scroll through this. We have a few Demon Bells right up here. kind of want to go for Void Boss. So maybe we can go a little bit for Void Boss. I'm not sure how we were to go there. I think I've never done Void Boss on anybody else's account, so you're going to see a noob fest of whale here, because I'm just used to whaling this out. Whaling this out is not really correct. Sometimes, of course, the content is difficult when you first face it, but the thing about it is, when you are a whale, you tend to use a little bit different strategies, and this can backfire a little bit. So we're probably not in the position where we can allow ourselves to use anything else but antlers. This is damage over time thing, right? Or was it a dot boss? We have boss 3. Let's go for attribute reduction. I like that, but we have to go balance strike. Otherwise there will be no damage. This is all set up. You got a little bit of block there. Got preg there. Probably rather go DR on this. Preg crit damage. And we are looking at 148. 37 crit. Nice 533 skill damage. Juicy. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Do we have a skin on this guy, by the way? Ooh, mythic skin, attack control, immunity, crit. Yeah, the crit helps from that. The crit helps from that. We are going to keep crown here, I think. I'm not going to go for the full energy feed. I kind of want the energy on this one, though. Because we definitely want to get that old early on. Then we have this. We need probably 2 heroes that are a little bit tanky. We can use her, and I think then we are Gucci. We use those for her and him. And I think that is alright. And I don't quite remember what the boss does. So, sorry Akame, you'll have to live with it. Boss 6 on this one. Well, 7 even. Let's go for that. Then again, thinking about it now, if we take a look at this, I mean, we kind of do have a whale account here. We kind of do have a whale account here. It's not like this is the super easy account. Okay, we put those 2 in the background just because they get a little dodge there. We put her there and probably go for a little bit of crit immunity. And we need a core. What core do we use? Is G-Star core good? I forgot about it. Increase all damage, oh, this is supposed to damage to burn targets plus the extra poison. Okay, that is a cool one. I really like that one, actually. I really like that one. That's a cool core. Yeah, just for the fanciness of it, let's go. I have no idea how well this is going to go. And this makes me ever so more excited for it. Ever so more excited for it. So let's see about that. Okay, we are at 1 speed, which I don't like. I also don't like that those guys seem to attack... oh, they attack randomly. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. Okay. That didn't look all too healthy. Should have used HHA. That's what people use to survive. Rec learning the game once again. It is fancy. Back row dodge not really in existence. But looking alright-ish. Okay, turn 2 already big difference. The turn 1 hits were a little bit devastating. I'll be honest, I was a little bit afraid. Get the ult there. Nice. Okay. Another ult there. A little bit of healing. Let's go. Okay. Looking not too bad. Honestly, should have probably used something like a TBB. I feel like the incoming damage screams HHA and TBB quickly. Because we are a little bit in the unbanning will territory. And I'm not feeling very comfortable. No, not at all. Not at all, not at all, not at all. Being kept alive by SQH heals. I'm not even used to getting receiving damage anymore. I'm on the dealing end, not on the hero died. Not on the receiving end of damage. That's the thing. Ooh. I mean, the damage is good. We just have to get there. No. Don't we have an HHA or something? I got there hitting hard like a truck. I don't even remember that. I have to watch my own video to confirm. Yeah, we don't do that. 83, okay. Do we have something like an HHA on this account? We do not. That is sad. Like, it's not sad in the sense of it being a disaster, but It's definitely like this screwdriver from your toolkit is missing. So it's a bit of a problem, I guess. We could very well do without the Melissa, but without the HHA, yeah. We're just pretty much dying to the incoming damage. We could go full crown on it, maybe. But if that is enough, I'm not quite sure. I mean, towards the end, they all died anyway. So it's a bit of a problem. We can try it. We can try maybe just like going for a full crown setup, a little bit less energy feed. PDE, no, with... that is wrong. I think I still want to keep him with the Endless Cane. We just go for... Freya? The Freya dodge helps a lot. We don't have a TBB. Like, even if I wanted to go for that wouldn't have been an option. What about another boss? Do we have another boss? Like, we have exactly as far as on the first one. No, that's the first one. That's the one. No, isn't? Maybe we try this one. But then again, like, our strategy here and just trying the teams is also not very optimal. I forgot the boss's strategies. Okay. Ooh, single target focus on our Freya. I have to say I don't really like that. Yeah, it's devastating. That is devastating. I'm a bit surprised they chose Freya. But I thought that Freya was a little bit more tanky. Or was there no DT on her? Well, at least the survival now seems kind of alright. But I saw this on Barry's video. Like, at some point it's just like very hard to survive against this boss. Even though the damage that we deal is kind of alright. Like for MFG, a hero who does his best damage like after turn 10 is really pretty good to deal like 20% on the other boss, I think it was, with like 20% within the first few rounds. So there I have to say it's quite good. Yeah, this seems like it's a little bit too difficult. Let's see what the ult does. I think with a better strategy, with a bit of luck, if we had like maybe a TBB or a HHA or something, then we could have done a little bit more. But sadly not. I would love to see that against like a Flameshine boss. Ah, so sad that we don't get to see that. I mean, it's big damage. It's really big damage. But we don't really have the means to clear that right now. Not like that. I will leave one attack for him unless there's like something. Yeah, still. So video's already pretty long. HHA would definitely help. MFG though, absolute monster. Got pretty much a god roll there. I mean, for PvE, that's as good as it gets. And very nice stats on the Awakening bonus stats as well. Thank you, Akame, for letting me do this video. Very happy that I could do this. And I hope you can clear those void bosses. Until then, I wish you all a great day. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out our sponsor SonicTopup. And we'll see us in the next one.